What are you giggling about? She's giggling because she's in another video.
Hello.
So, started a new thing here this past week with our workouts. Kind of an old school, traditional, usually 3 day split guy. Usually like to do chest and triceps, back and biceps, legs and shoulders, and then start over. And then usually Sunday, I do whatever's lacking. Because as you've heard, I'm not good at taking a day off. Once in a blue moon. Um, I think when we got together, Erica thought I was crazy. And then we got married, planned our honeymoon. And she wanted to go to Mexico, all inclusive. I'm like, yeah, that's fine as long as there's a gym. And I don't think you thought I'd go. We were there for what, 6 days? I went to the gym 4 of the 6 days. One of the days, the dudes down there put us through this crazy workout, and it was brutal. Like, there was a couple days, we would walk out of a room, we had to go up these stairs. And 2 days after this workout, I was so freaking sore, I could hardly walk up the stairs. Right? I'm in the gym every day, and there's different levels of crazy. Yeah. And these guys were, and they could see, he'd seen us every day, and he's like, when are you going to work out with us? And I'm like, no, we're on our honeymoon. He's like, 3 days later, I'm like, fine. I looked there, you want to do it? She's like, yeah, let's do it.
Man, I wanted to wuss out,
they had these
about 10 minutes in, and he was like, no, keep going. And I could not walk up the stairs.
They had these, I don't know if they were volleyballs or soccer balls, but they weren't full of air. They were full of freaking sand, and it was wet sand because they were pretty heavy. Mm-hmm. And man, we did lunges back and forth and throw them up in the air, and we locked our feet together.
Abs.
And so, and the instructor dude, when we went to do abs, you're laying down, you got the ball behind your head, and you sit up and you hand it to the other person, and back and forth, back and forth. And I think we did 100 of those. Who did he find to do it with? Me. I'm like, dude, it was crazy. And of course, my stubborn ass couldn't say no. It literally for like 2.5 or 3 days, it was like, oh my God, I ache. But it was fun. I mean, we just laughed about it. Wonderful honeymoon. 2 days where you couldn't even move. Yeah, it was great.
Change things up.
Well, and I'm on this. I've been, for most of my adult life, I'm pretty hardcore about working out, burning calories, eat what I want, drink what I want, do whatever, and stay in halfway decent shape. Yeah, I don't have a six pack. I don't care. But I'm also at a point now where a little older, going on 51, and I'm like, I need to get myself in a little better shape. I don't lift quite as heavy as I used to, hardly ever anymore, because the years of doing it. Shoulders ache, elbow aches, knee aches. Not all the time, but different things ache. Gee, I wonder why. So I'm doing a little less weight, more reps, and we thrown in this. You've been watching like the functional fitness. We did functional fitness Saturday or Sunday a couple times now. Well, about a week ago, I said, no, we're going to do this basically Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We're doing more of a circuit / HIIT training. It's not really HIIT, but it's a little faster paced than some circuits. We're doing 2 minutes on the rower while the other person does push-ups, squats, push-ups, crunches, and some shoulder exercise, whether it's shoulder press with the bar, dumbbells, or bought a couple kettlebells, doing kettlebell swings to tone up and burn calories. And so we do that for 8 times around. Each 8 goes on the rower and A to the other. Takes about 32 minutes. We've got it timed for. The first time we did it, I think we had 10 seconds in between. You could barely get out of the damn rower and get your feet back in. The other person could barely get their feet in. So we changed it to 20 seconds. And I noticed today we could probably do it in about 10 seconds now, 10 or 12. But we kept it at 20 to finish today. You get a second, because by the time you get to
It's
the.
nice to have a few seconds to breathe, though.
You get your fifth or sixth,
Yeah.
well, and to grab a swig of water. Because when you get to that fifth or sixth one, a lot of it's on you, how much you're working. In that rower, you can pace yourself or you can kill yourself on it. And there's not much middle ground there. Like,
It's pretty tough.
it's pretty intense. The
I
harder you work
talk
at it.
while we do it, so I'm pretty quiet. I think Eric kind of likes that during these workouts. I'm silent,
It's kind of nice sometimes.
but it's working. So anyway,
When we're working out in the gym, there's days where she doesn't always. It's funny. We've been together long enough now. She knows me well enough. But when we're just doing our regular lifting workout, which we're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, basically doing chest and back supersets right now and arms, and Sunday I'll throw in legs and some of the shoulder work that we're not getting on these other days. And whatever else I feel, some calf work, whatever I feel is lagging. But, in all these years, there's days when we're working out and I really don't, sometimes I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about the day. I don't even want to talk about what I'm doing or how I feel. So I just look at her and I go, that right there. And like, I don't even say it. I'm like, I just point it. She look at me, well, what do we do? I just point. You know the deal. Go do that. But I'm not talking while I'm doing it. It's like, go do it. Don't ask me questions. Because we're doing the same thing we do every other day. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. She knows it. Sometimes I got to do my thing. And that's my time to do my thing. I really think once you get in the habit of doing it, I think in the first video that I did with Richard, I talked about a guy that I used to work with, former Marine, was a manager at a place I worked, and he was a cigarette smoking fiend, and I never did it, never understood it, but one day I'm like, what is the deal with that? He said, man, that nicotine for me is, if I'm having a bad day, it makes it better. If I'm having a good day, it makes everything better. And that's what working out does for me. Like, you have a bad day, you take it out on weights, or on the rower, or doing push-ups, or running around the block, or whatever it is that you do to move your body. If you had a good day, it just makes it better.
and if you're having a halfway day, then you get halfway through the workout, and then you're like, okay.
And then
now
it's usually
you're
better.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did that. We took a clip of our first go around today, just to put it out there. I'll when I post this, I'll put that at the end of it. And I get it. I'm trying to do this to show people there's a lot of stuff you can do that doesn't require very much. Like the 2 minutes where we're doing squats, push-ups, crunches, and the kettlebell swings. You know, the kettlebell, fill up 2 milk jugs and put the lid on. Put one in each hand. Do shoulder presses. You can do curls with them. Like, think outside the box a little bit. You don't have to invest hardly any money. All you need is a little bit of space. You can do it in your living room. You can do it in your garage. You can do it in the backyard. Depending where you're at, tell me your weather. It's
A gallon of water is what, 8 pounds?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge amount of weight, but when you're doing rounds like that, it's a lot of reps. Then it's more really about toning up and burning calories when we're doing that.
Right.
From where it's not my meathead, I need to bench press 200 pounds for 10 reps to have mass and strength. It's toning calories. And a rower's not cheap. The nice, good exercise bikes aren't cheap. But we didn't get them out, but Erica's got a couple stepping blocks, like from workout videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty inexpensive. Or if you got to step in your house or on the front porch, step up and down, do that for 2 minutes. If you do that and you're moving,
Yeah.
it's work. And then go do the other stuff. Like, you don't have to have anything fancy. I like the rower a lot because it gives me a good back movement and leg movement, and then I'm doing the push-ups and the other stuff. It just balances it out, and that's the way I think. Like, I'm going to be doing a shitload of push-ups. I need to be doing something this way. Well, the rower gives me the row part of it. So then I'm getting my back work in at the same time. And a lot of reps.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think 60 is what I was averaging in 2 minutes. It was between 60 and 66. I was counting. Yeah. In 2 minutes.
I'm always over 60, close to 70 on most of them. And that you can do this workout and you can coast through it. I don't recommend that because you want to get to the point where it's difficult to talk, where you're huffing and puffing a little bit. Maybe not. You don't want to be huffing and puffing where I can't do I've only done 4 of my 8 rounds, and maybe you don't start out with 8 rounds. Maybe you start out with 4 or 5 or 6. You build up to it. But it takes us about 32 minutes to complete the 8 rounds with the 20 seconds in between. And it's about 20 to 25 degrees out today, and I was sweating. I had to take my hoodie off. Oh, one of the hoodlums just came downstairs. We'll see if they want to get in the video. Silence. So, yeah. So, it's cold. We got the fire going.
I've got a blanket. I'm chilly.
She's got a blanket and a beer. I got a little bourbon. Nothing wrong with that on a Saturday night, if that's your thing. We got somebody trying to make us laugh in the background now. What else is going on today? The crypto market's doing really well. And so I've had a really good year with investments, period. Not to toot my horn, but I'm up almost 25% across the board in my one account that I play with all the time. And crypto is killing it. I did a podcast with my neighbor James, who got me into it. He's way smarter about it than I am, but if you aren't in it, you might want to look at it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's going to make, even at this point, I think it's going to make people a lot of money that are getting in. So, yeah. We're working on t-shirt designs, coffee mugs, that kind of thing. Actually got a local person that does screen printing stuff. I ordered a couple shirts online. Wasn't really sure where we were going with it. They're okay. And I did some new designs on their website, and then I found out about this local person, which I'm pretty excited about because I'd rather support the local people and be able to go and say, hey, how are you? Shake their hand and work together, help the community. So, and I found her because Erica's had some little stuff done through her, and it's her family business, so it's pretty cool.
You've done a good job with everything else so far, so yeah. Looking forward to talking to them.
So, have a good weekend. Enjoy your Saturday evening. We'll see you in a few days.